Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to more VGCommz. Hitman Blood Money. This is the 4th episode, and we're actually going to be tackling 2 missions this go around. So when you see that's a bit of a longer time length, it's not because I kept screwing up. It's because I was so darn good. I finished these missions so quickly that I decided just to smoosh them together into this one little episode, even though it's not really that little. If I did these separately, they would be little, so I took 2 smaller episodes, combined them together just to save a little bit of time. And here we get a bit more backstory as to what is going on, some more plot development. I don't know why I'm saying backstory. I'm not sure if this is where we're getting backstory on 47 yet. Nevertheless, we're going to continue onward here. And yeah, a bit more teasing. It's going to be a little while before the main plotline really gets going. And one thing that I do like about these cutscenes, I mentioned this last time, is the fact that they're mainly in the background of things. Like, you could skip most of these and just enjoy the video gameplay. And that's really what I love about this game more than any other Hitman game. Like, at least more than Absolution. I really need to play the more recent ones. I really do. So that way I'm not just talking in ignorance. Anyways, this is A New Life. I really enjoy this mission because of all the different crazy and wacky things you can do in order to get through it. And I think that this mission is a really fantastic showcase as to all that stuff. Now, this jogger up here, you're not supposed to really take him out. In fact, if you do, kill him or sedate him, it becomes basically impossible to get the top sound assassin rating, because in order to do that, I think you're going to need to sedate the police in the surveillance van, which we're going to be doing, and also sedate the wife, who is carrying around some evidence around her neck, although she is not aware of it. Her husband, the former mob boss, hid it away in there. I'm not sure how we discovered that information. I'm not even sure how I discovered that information. I guess it was just sort of process of elimination more than anything else. Nevertheless, as you can see, we are not going to be going for the sound assassin rating. Once again, I think the only mission where I'm going to be doing my damnedest to get that rating is the second or third or final mission, depending on how you want to look at it. Nevertheless, there are just so many different things you can do in this mission. So many options. You can dress up like a clown to get inside. You could dress up like a member of the catering team. But the way we're going to go about it is we're going to be getting an FBI disguise of, and these have to be the absolute worst FBI agents I've ever seen. In fact, I'm going to say it right now. These are the worst FBI agents I've ever been near. It sort of did the joke, for those that get it. Those that don't understand the reference, sorry, not going to explain it, because explaining the joke makes it non-funny. So, yeah, this is the route we are going to be going. He's going to take those donuts, he's going to devour them along with his partner, and they're going to be passed out. Now, one big change from contracts to blood money that I don't think I've mentioned yet is the fact that in contracts, when people ever get sedated, they eventually wake up after a set amount of time. Starting in this game, when they're sedated, they're out for the remainder of the mission, unless an NPC wakes them up. I believe that can happen, but in most instances, when you sedate someone, it's usually in a secluded area where no one's going to go to, or it's in an area where there's generally some sort of box you can just stash them in. Also, it's important to always grab that videotape, because you do not want to get caught on camera. So just do yourself a favor and do that, everyone. Also, there's an area across the street where you can get some sedatives to knock out an agent through a very specific means that I will not spoil because we don't see it here, and I'm just going to let you discover that yourself. And as you can see by this very sped up footage, I get lost very easily. Even when the entrance to the basement is right here. Now, the reason we're going to the basement is because we're going to be starting a little bit of fireworks, shall we say. We're going to light it up. Like we're Rev Theory. Yes, I made that reference. I referenced Rev Theory, a band that I don't think anyone was thinking of during the time of viewing this video, except for me because, you know, I enjoy them. They're, I guess you could call them a guilty pleasure. They're definitely not the greatest band in all of planet Earth, but, you know, they're far from the worst. So we're going to take this lighter fluid and just spray it all over this barbecue. And one thing that I find interesting about this game is whenever you see an option that's selected by X, you don't need to be hidden to do that. You don't need to be out of anyone's vision. For whatever reason, even if it's the most suspicious activity on planet Earth, you can just do whatever action that is, and nobody will think two things about it. Now you see that guy in the yellow Hawaiian shirt there? That is the most obvious mob boss on Earth, and that is our target. We're going to take him out. We're going to take him to wherever dead people go when they die. Now, at this point, I'm trying to think of different ways to murder this man, and there are quite a few ways. You can put a bomb next to the telephone, have him answer it, and then kaboom! He goes bye-bye. There are quite a few different ways to take him on. There's the clown just walking by. If you know, just saw him for half a second. And this guy right here, we can plant, you know, that sedative on an object that he will sniff. I'm not going to spoil what that is. Also, if I do name it, you're going to be absolutely disgusted. So I'm just going to keep all your minds innocent and free from all of that nonsense. And now we just have to play the waiting game. Once again, there's quite a fair amount of waiting in this game. If you don't like waiting, you're definitely going to not be a fan of Hitman Blood Money, or any Hitman game for that matter, because, you know, whenever you're trying to take someone out, you're always going to need to hide somewhere or go to someplace and just wait for the proper timing, because there is a routine that happens in this level. In almost every level, there's some sort of routine that's followed by NPCs moment to moment. And this guy is just wondering, okay, what's this FBI agent? Oh, he actually has his back turned to us. Yay, that's good. That is quite fortuitous. I thought we were going to get caught, but no, he did not get suspicious of us one iota. And we are to take him out, and all we have to do is go downstairs. I believe the timing is just perfect enough to where, is it going to be it? Is it going to be it? Oh, yes, we come here just in time to see the amazing plan put forth. Ooh, like, at this point, I am just grinning from ear to fucking ear, ladies and gentlemen, because I just could not believe how well this happened. I was able to pull this off after everything that's happened in previous levels, where everything just started going awry. Time after time after time after time, I finally did something where nothing went wrong. Yeah, make him say, make him say, yeah. Whew, gotta tell you, after the recording session I had for the next mission, I really needed to see that one again, just to know what it feels like to execute a plan absolutely perfectly. Because sometimes you can. 0 witnesses, 0 covers blown, not caught on camera. That is what you call absolute perfection. I may not be a sound assassin, but I am a Hitman, 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 Hitman. Okay, I'm gonna stop and, you know, not aggravate you guys with that bit of nonsense. So yeah, I think that was a success. I think that was a very large, very huge, very gigantic success right there. And I love how sometimes the missions are only as long as you make them. Sometimes they can take 20 to 30 minutes if you're very meticulous, if you're very nervous, you're just scoping out the area for the first time, you're not sure exactly what to do. So yeah, sometimes it can take a while, but if you know the layout, if you know every little bit of the level, if you know where all the little trinkets are held, sometimes you can get it done in just a few moments. In fact, the quickest mission time that I've ever had is replaying Curtains Down with all my upgrades. So yeah, you can actually do that in this game. You can actually go back to previous levels with your current upgrades, so that way it really just absolutely breaks the difficulty. Just destroys it. Not even in half, it just takes like 99% of the difficulty out. I took one of my upgrades to Curtains Down, and I was able to finish it in like 3 minutes. Compare that to how long our video was on that level, and it is just staggering. Just like, holy shit, thinking about that. Just the fact this game allows you to do that. There's just so many options in these levels. And that is the appeal of Hitman. The fact that it gives you options, it allows you to go into previously played missions with current upgrades, so you're able just to, just go ham on it if you so please, and just do whatever you want. It just gives you this absolute insane level of freedom that you did not get in Absolution. And I think that I know I'm railing against that game so hard, but that's because compared to especially this game, it just falls apart on any sort of expectations you would want out of a Hitman game. Because when you play a Hitman game, you want to be a Hitman. You want to be able to prepare with your weaponry, with your arsenal, and then go into the level and just study its layout and be able to plan your assassination. Which honestly, that should just be 101. If that isn't the goal of the game, then just scrap whatever you're doing and just focus on being a Hitman. Once again, another problem with Absolution is its absolute bonkers need to focus on its narrative, which isn't even that good. I'm not going to say this narrative is amazing by any stretch of the imagination either, but, at the very least, it's kept in the background for like 90% of the game, and when it is focused on, it's not terrible. Everything sort of flows together. And it actually earns its Ave Maria moment. It earns that song, unlike Absolution, which feels like it's just kicking you in the dick when that song plays. It's like, oh, fuck you, game. Fuck you. And I know I'm not the only one who's had that reaction. And yes, I am being a bit more fucking happy in this episode, just so that everyone knows this video not meant for children. Even though this is an M-rated game, I know there are some people out there that think, oh, video game, that's meant for children. Allow me to flag this to the FTC. Well, fuck you. Anyways, this is Murder Crows. I had some problems with this mission. In fact, unfortunately, I skipped that little cutscene there where we watched the little handoff of the briefcase there. And that's because during my original recording for this mission, my controller, in fact, this whole level ended up glitching really hard because, for whatever reason, I tried this with two different controllers. When I started playing this mission, it would not read any other input aside from the left and right control stick. That was it. That was the only input it was reading, and it was just absolutely maddening. I tried for a solid 10 minutes to get it fixed. The only thing that worked was restarting my PS2. So yeah, it was not a happy chappy. Thankfully though, the RNG in this level is working in my favor. Yes, there is a little bit of RNG here, which it's a good thing this level has a very simple layout, because if you have randomly generated things that can happen in a level, you want that level to be as easy to navigate as humanly possible. It is broken up into like different corners, different areas where things can happen. So in this level, for the first RNG, we're following this guy around, and he can go into one of two different alleyways. One is much easier to take him out in than the other, because in the other one, you have a very limited time of error as to when you can take him out and dump his body. And you're going to need to do that, because if you don't, he's going to go straight to one of our targets, deliver that briefcase, and then the assassination on a politician goes ahead, and our job is to stop that assassination and to take out the assassin. So the assassiners become the assassinees. Or I guess if you want my reference to be a lot more blatant, the messers become the messees. Also, one of the optional objectives is to take that briefcase and carry it with ourselves out of this level. So this is the optional objective that I'm going to be completing here. I'm going to take that briefcase, I'm going to take it out of this level. It's going to be good times, it's going to be fun times. We're all going to have a good time here. Especially because I'm dressed like a red chicken. Like, this is another thing I love about this game. The ridiculous, not costumes, disguises. That's the phrase that was the term I was looking for. The disguises that 47 can wear are absolutely amazing, and I think I forgot to cut out me sort of messing with the controller again, because it's starting to act up again, where it's having a mind of its own. I should have cut this out, but I did not, because I was really I was just done at this point, because I recorded and edited this video in the same day. In fact, I'm also doing the commentary the same day as well, so I'm doing just all this at once. At this point, I was like, fuck. I was just so frustrated, especially after, long day of work. You come home, I have to deal with this nonsense. Even though this nonsense isn't the worst, but it's kind of like, just let me have one smooth experience. Oh, we have fun here. But not as much fun as 47 is going to have. Yeah, here's my controller just acting up just a little bit, and it smooths itself out by the end of this mission, but there's always gotta be a little bit of technical difficulties. Also, one of the targets we're going to have to take out wanders around alleyways, so if we did not take this guy out fast enough and dump his body, she would have seen us and we would have gone into some big trouble. But thankfully, she's not here quite yet. In fact, I run into her by accident. I was like, oh yeah, she is one of the targets, isn't she? So we gotta take her out. All nice and good like. Now, there is one action, actually two actions that require the X button that would actually get you in trouble. Breaking electrical boxes and picking locks, which is why I'm being so hesitant here, because I don't want to get caught doing that. Also, I think hiding in closets might get suspicious, but like when it comes to like just messing around and causing traps by pressing X that do specific actions, for whatever reason, those things do not cause suspicion, and that's going to be evident in a mission later on where I will be getting Silent Assassin. And yes, I'm going to keep saying that because it is one mission where that is absolutely guaranteed, because I have that mission down pat. I played that mission no less than 25 times. Because there's one weekend where I played the mission like 8 times in a row, because I just love playing through it so much. Also, it was kind of dumb of me not to pull out my silver baller. Not sure why I didn't do that. I was quite a bit of a dummy there. I thought I could sneak up on him, but I was wrong. Also, it's a good idea to sort of get out of here as fast as possible. And try to avoid any and all suspicions. And yeah, there it is. There's the moment where I was like, oh, there she is. I was going to have to go look for her, but nope. She did all the work for me. Oh, how serendipitous this meeting is. I hope I'm using that word correctly. I should probably look up definitions of words before I use them, but this feels right. You may also notice that all these assassins have walkie-talkies. I'm not sure what exactly the significance of them is. Nevertheless, what we're going to do now is get the red rooster, red chicken, whatever design is back on. Get that briefcase, and we're going to pretend to deliver it. Although I think this mission glitches out a bit, as you're about to see with your own very eyeballs. Now, once again, there are so many ways to take out this target. This target is actually the one we saw all the way back in episode 1 with the newspaper. Yeah, that little tease was leading up just to... No, not this encounter. That's a different one. I was thinking of the wrong one. Wow, because there's 2 different clones of this guy. There's this guy, and the one we actually met at the final mission. See, look at this. As soon as I put the briefcase down like they wanted me to, all of a sudden they start getting suspicious. So, yeah. I had to do some dirty Ernie work. And here's me thinking, oh, let me just take this. They'll never be suspicious. But as soon as I go through the door, oh, these guys are going to start attacking me, so might as well take them out. And yeah, I did come a little close to dying there. Yeah, the adrenaline is really just in case of emergency only, because it just gives you a tiny bit of a boost in health, if I recall correctly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the mission. It really was that simple. Although, once again, there are a lot of randomly generated factors that can make this more difficult if you are unlucky. The guy we took out with the loud gun at the top of the 3rd floor in the northern side of the map, he could have been in any one of 4 different bars. So yeah, that can be annoying to have to deal with. Also, the woman who wanders around can sometimes be annoying to get to, because you're like, oh, as soon as you try to take her out, oh, here comes a cop or here comes a waiter. So the RNG was really in my favor here. Even though recording this was kind of a disaster, the overall execution, I would say, is pretty good, I would say. Overall, I think everything kind of went to plan, all according to Cake. And yeah, we kind of took out a gold medalist, but he was a dirty gold medalist, so really, I'm not mad. And now we're going to end this on another dumb George Bush quote. And well, the video's over. Guess I'll just add a bit of black screen to this. Yeah, see you guys next week.